Welcome to Morning Message for May the 6th. On Tuesday just past, the morning message involved a story about beer, and it prompted a memory for me. And this one also involves beer. It's not really about beer, but it involves beer. And so I thought I'd share that story with you today. When I first went to Toronto to study theology, I was there less than 48 hours when a couple of the guys who had been at the college already for a couple of years invited me out to have a beer at a local pub, which I agreed to. So 4 of us ended up going to this pub that evening, and they seemed a little bit disappointed because the server that particular evening was a woman that they described as cranky, and they didn't want to have this cranky woman serving them all evening. Well, if you know me and you know my family, you know that we like to interact with people and not make assumptions about them and their circumstances, and certainly not them being cranky. And my immediate thought was, well, I'll show these guys. You know, she's not really cranky. That might be how she presents to them, but that's not who she really is. So I'm new to Toronto. I'm in Toronto less than 48 hours. I don't know what beers to order. In Halifax, Keith's, Moosehead, I mean, it's pretty easy. But I didn't know what to order in Toronto. So the other 3 guys had all ordered something they call blue. We'll have a blue. So I said, I'll have a blue. I didn't know what else to say. I didn't want to look stupid. But anyway, when she came with the beers, you know, she plopped them down and mine happened to be last. And I said, I didn't order a blue. I argued with, so why would I order the same thing everybody else at the table was? She said, you ordered a blue. So by the end of the evening, because we had had more than one round, she was plopping those blues down in front of me. She said, this is what you ordered. And that's what I took. The next time I went in, which probably wasn't all that many days later, she remembered me. And she said, you know, you might prefer this other beer. And she introduced me to something called Upper Canada Ale, which was a tremendously well-flavored beer. And it was on sale. They were being sold at the regular price rather than an upscale price that the beer deserved. And I got to know her. I got to know Mary. She, being a waitress wasn't her dream job, but it's what she had to do to get by. She was president of her condo association. 3 years later, one evening, a group of us thought, well, we should have a beer. Let's go over to this tavern. And it was late, so we knew we couldn't make last call. I said, no problem, I'll phone and order the beer over the phone. And then told me I was crazy. So I phoned the tavern, asked for Mary. I said, you know, we're coming. We'll be there after last call, but before closing. Can I order 4 beer over the phone? She said, sure. Anyway, these other guys I was with thought I was crazy. There's not going to be 4 beers there. It's a Thursday night, and they're not going to do that or whatever. Anyway, we walked into the pub, and there was an empty table with 4 drafts on it. And that's who Mary was, just a wonderful person, just someone you needed to give an opportunity to, be who she was. It was a good experience over those years to get to know this particular server at the restaurant. And that's the message today, just to remember that the people who are serving us, the people that we encounter, they may be going through difficulties. They may be having challenges. They may be trying, this might be their second job or whatever. just to try to make ends meet. And rather than creating a problem for them, let's interact with them as if they're real human beings. I think that's what Jesus means when he tells us to, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The golden rule. It's about treating people well. That doesn't mean we allow ourselves to be pushovers. It doesn't mean that we don't stand up for ourselves as well when we're not being treated properly. An example of this might be a few years ago, I had a credit with Air Canada, a plane ticket that I couldn't use because of a circumstance that happened. I couldn't use the ticket, and it was time for me to purchase another ticket for an event in Montreal, and I called up Air Canada. I had all the information I needed in front of me. I gave the person that I answered all their questions, and we're half an hour, and this was the most difficult person I've ever spoken to on the phone. There was just no way I could help. She got mad at me because I gave her the wrong reference number, and then later on, when I gave the same number, it was okay. Anyway, it was a really difficult conversation, and one I had to stop. So I said to the person I was speaking to, I said, let's just stop. Let's stop this conversation right now. Let's start from the very beginning. I have a credit that I'm trying to use to purchase another ticket. I'm not asking for anything that I don't already have. I know that the price of the new ticket is not going to be the same as the credit. I have my credit card here with me so I can pay the difference. I just want to get this done. I don't want to create any more problems for either one of us. And she said, okay. 2.5 minutes later, I had my ticket. It's just reminding people of the importance that we're just human beings trying to get on in this world. And as we go about our daily life, we're going to encounter people that are cranky. If they're denying us something that they really shouldn't, then we can draw that to their attention. But I found in my life I haven't gotten anything worthwhile by yelling and screaming for it. And if I do get it, I don't feel good about it. So it's really important, I think, for us to be civil, to be appropriate, to stand up for ourselves or for a friend if that's needed. And it's usually not. If we go about things in a nice kind of way, we usually get exactly what it is we're looking for. So that's the morning message for today, the importance of being civil, the importance of treating one another fairly and kindly and with love. And who knows what kind of interesting people you're going to meet when you do things that way. I have found life is a whole lot easier when I treat other people the way that I expect to be treated. And when I don't get it in return, I just keep trying. God bless. Amen.